Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, total word victory of Hare Krishna. I am your host, Isabella. Today I will be reading the Bhagavad-gita, chapter 4, verse 4. Oh no. Just hold up. Chapter 4, verse 5. Oopsies. I will get straight into it and śrī-bhagavān uvāca bahūni me vyatītāni janmāni tava cārjuna tāny ahaṁ veda sarvāṇi tvam vettha parantapa. śrī-bhagavān uvāca, the personality of Godhead said, bahūni, many, me, of mine, vyatītāni, have passed, janmāni, birth, tava, of yours, cha, and also Arjuna, O Arjuna, tāny, all those, aham, I, veda, do know, sarvāṇi, all, not, tvam, yourself, vettha, no, parantapa, O subduer, enemy. Translation. The Blessed Lord said, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. In the Brahma-saṁhitā, we have information of many incarnations of the Lord. It is stated here. Advaitam, acyutam, anādim, ananta-rūpam, ādyaṁ, purāṇa-puruṣaṁ, nava-yauvanaṁ cha. Vedesho durlabam adurlabam atma-bhakto govinda adi-puruṣaṁ tamaham bhajami. Okay. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is the original person, absolute, infallible, without beginning, although expanded into unlimited forms, but still the same, the oldest, the person always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all-knowing forms of the Lord are usually understood by the best Vedic scholars. They are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. It is also stated in the Brahma-saṁhitā. Ramadi murtishu kalaniya menatista nanavataram akarod bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna svayam sambhavat paramap pumanyo govinda adi-puruṣaṁ tamaham bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is always situated in various incarnations such as Rama, Narasimha, and many sub-incarnations as well, but who is the original personality of Godhead known as Krishna, and who incarnates personally also. In the Vedas also it is said that the Lord, although one without a second, nevertheless manifests himself in innumerable forms. He is like the Vaidurya stone, which changes color yet remains one. All these multi-forms are understood by the pure unalloyed devotees, but not by a simple study of the Vedas. Vedesho durlabam adurlabam atma bhakto. Devotees like Arjuna are constant companions of the Lord, and when the Lord incarnates, the associate devotees also incarnate in order to serve the Lord in different capacities. Arjuna is one of these devotees, and in this verse it is understood that some millions of years ago, when Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad-gita to the sun god Vivasvan, Arjuna, in a different capacity, was also present. But the difference between the Lord and Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incident, whereas Arjuna could not remember. This is the difference between the part and parcel living entity and Supreme Lord. Oh, camera went off. I'm blue. Oh, I'm not blue. Where was I? Whereas Arjuna could not remember. This is the difference between the part and parcel living entity and the Supreme Lord. Although Arjuna is addressed herein as the mighty hero who could subdue the enemies, he is unable to recall what had happened in his various past births. Therefore, a living entity, however great he may be in the material estimation, can never equal the Supreme Lord. Anyone who is a constant companion of the Lord is certainly a liberated person, but he cannot equal to the Lord. The Lord forgets himself even though he is in material contact. The Lord is described in the Brahma-saṁhitā as infallible, acyuta, which means that he never forgets himself, even though he is in material contact. Therefore, the Lord and the living entity can never be equal in all respects, even if the living entity is as liberated as Arjuna. Although Arjuna is a devotee of the Lord, he sometimes forgets the nature of the Lord. But by divine grace, a devotee can at once understand the infallible condition of the Lord, whereas a non-devotee or a demon cannot understand this transcendental nature. Consequently, these descriptions in the Gita cannot be understood by demonic brains. Krishna remembered acts which were performed by him millions of years before, but Arjuna could not, despite the fact that both Krishna and Arjuna are eternal in nature. Although we may note herein that a living entity forgets everything due to his change in body, but the Lord remembers because he does not change his Satchidananda body. He is advaita, which means there is no distinction between his body and himself. Everything in relation to him is spirit, whereas the conditioned soul is different from his material body. Because the Lord's body and self are identical, his position is always different from the ordinary living entity, even when he descends to the material platform. The demons cannot adjust themselves to this transcendental nature of the Lord, as the Lord explains in the following verse. Okay, nice. Let's look at some changes. Oh, there's not that many. The Blessed Lord. It was originally the Blessed Lord, and now it's been changed to the Personality of Godhead. So in the beginning it was the Blessed Lord said, and now it is the Personality of Godhead said. Number 5. So it does take it closer to the original manuscript. The Personality of Godhead said. Is there any reason? What is the reason? Okay, no. So it did take it closer to the original manuscript, to the Personality of Godhead. So, yeah. The chair is so squeaky. In the Brahma-saṁhitā and in the second edition, we see that they have added the reference, chapter 5, text 33. So, I don't think that's exactly a change that's like very notable. It's just there. Yeah. Next one, durlabam adurlabam has been changed to durlabam with 1 L and adurlabam with only 1 L too. So in the beginning it was 2 L's, and now it is just 1 L. So let's see if they give a reason for that. No reason. Sad. Durlaba adurlaba. Okay. So it did take it closer to the original manuscript by like making it 1 L, but at the same time it didn't, because in the original it was durlaba adurlaba, not durlabam adurlabam. So interesting. Over here, it is how do I say this? In the quotation, it is without beginning or comma, although expanded into unlimited forms, and has been changed to infallible without beginning, full stop, although expanded into unlimited forms. So it's been split into 2 different sentences instead of just one with a ton of commas. Punctuation, the reader should not get lost in the sentence structure. Okay. So this one's mainly about punctuation. The punctuation ones are pretty good. It's like, because like punctuation just changes. No, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. So let's go back. So the next change is over here. Murtishu has been changed to Murtish. So it was Murtishu without Murtisu. I don't know how to say it. Without a hyphen for it, and now it's Ramadi hyphen Murtishu. So, let's see if they took it closer to the original manuscript. They did take it closer to the original manuscript with the spelling, but the hyphen was not originally there. Sad. Sorry, there's just a kid going on. It's quite nice. And later printing usually understood by the Vedic scholars is the original version follows the manuscript, but as dozens of readers have pointed out, it doesn't match the meaning of the Brahma-saṁhitā verse. Okay, so don't know what that's about. It doesn't show the change over here. Okay. Where am I? Trying to figure out where I accidentally clicked on something. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Give me a sec. You can still see it over here, but you can still see it, but I can't. Minus. Found it. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Wait. Purport. Alright, so the next change over here, they added what's it called? The reference. So it is they took out the reference. Oh, okay. Bit iffy there, bro. Sub-incarnations in the original was sub-incarnations, and now it's just sub-incarnations, one big word. Did they give a reason? No. Is it the same in the manuscript? I doubt it is. Now I have to find it. Ooh. Okay, how about we just don't do that? Alright. So next change is nevertheless has been deleted. So it was nevertheless manifests himself in innumerable forms has been changed to manifest himself in innumerable forms. So I'm probably going to have to read the whole sentence for that to make sense. In the Vedas, also it is said that the Lord, although one without a second, nevertheless manifests himself in innumerable forms. And it's been changed to in the Vedas, although it is said that the Lord, although one without a second, manifests himself in innumerable forms. So, nevertheless. So, like, he still does it. He still manifests himself. Okay. Showing us to be grateful. I'm confused. Where's the sun? Huh. Okay. Weird. Okay. The original manuscript says, still he manifests with although the word nevertheless is not needed. So that is more of a punctuation and grammar thing. Okay. Alright. Next change. It's like the Vaidurya stone, which changes color, yet still remains the same. All these multi-forms has been changed from multi-forms to multi-forms, just multi-forms. So no multi-forms, just multi-forms. Okay. You know, that's probably another. Okay, so it doesn't give an explanation, but I feel like that's more of a like grammar and punctuation sort of thing. So we'll leave aside. No. Okay, so next change. All these multi-forms are understood by the pure unalloyed devotees, but not by a simple study of the Vedas. All right, all these multi-forms are understood by the pure unalloyed devotees, but it's the exact same. Oh, okay. All right, and then next change is over here. So you can see there's a little colon here, and then Videshu Durlabam Adurlabam. The spelling has been changed, and the Durlabam Adurlabam. There have been two brackets added. Why? Let's ask. Vaidurya has been corrected to Vaidurya. All right, it's confusing. I'm not sure. Give me a sec. I'm gonna cross-reference because right now it's not actually showing it in the changes, so I'm gonna have to find this. Vaidurya stone. Vaidurya stone. Oh, the changing thing is right. Okay. So that change has been changed because change. The original manuscript correctly had only one eye. Okay. Durlabam. Only one L. It's an L. Sorry. So the original had only one L, and Macmillan changed it to two L's, and now it's back to one L in the second edition. All right, let's move on to the next page. Devotees like Arjuna are constant companions. All right, that's the exact same. That isn't even a change. Sometimes it just does this, where it's like the word gets moved around and it says it got like deleted and re-added or something, and it's like, oh, okay. Incidents has been changed to incident. So let's read the sentence to see if it makes sense. But the difference between the Lord and Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incidents, whereas Arjuna could not remember, and has been changed to. But the difference between the Lord and Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incident, whereas Arjuna could not remember. They're talking about when Krishna was explaining the Bhagavad-gita to the sun god Vishvavan. So, well, the studies of the Gita, the meaning of the Gita. Yeah. So that's I see why they did that. Yeah. Let's see if they give a reason. If they give a reason, oh, this is good. In modern usage, the word incidents commonly means extent or frequency of occurrence. People in the area report a high incidence of theft. The word also has specialized meanings in geometry and physics. It used to mean incident and is non-standard. Srila Prabhupada, I'm going to scroll down. Srila Prabhupada's lifetime, changing incidents to incident was a function I performed routinely while editing. Oh no, I can't see it. Okay, well, he performed that recently while editing. Click? No. All right. Punctuation, a comma was added around incidents. After incident. Oh, it was taken away. Okay. And the next change is part and parcel has been changed to part hyphen and hyphen parcel. Any? No explanation for that? Oh, there's more changes. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. More changes. All right, another change. And with a comma, and comma taken away. Let's see if they give a parallel structure. Huh. I wonder if they're talking about the comma or not. And, well, it says parallel structure, so we can go with that. His position is always different from the ordinary living entity has been changed to his position is always different from that of the ordinary living entity. Let's see if they give a reason. Parallel structure. Okay. Parallel structure, apparently. Okay. Let's see if it's the same in the original manuscript. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Huh. Okay. So there is no reason given for that. That off. Oh my gosh. Did that off. Somebody in himself. I'm trying to just find it. I'm so bad at skim reading. Like, I thought I was good until I started doing this, and I was like, ooh. Maybe not, guys. Maybe not. Okay, I can't find it. Huh. Interesting. And the next change is the demons cannot adjust themselves to the transcendental nature of the Lord, as the Lord explained in the following verse has been changed to the demons cannot adjust themselves to the transcendental nature of the Lord, which the Lord himself explains in the following verse. Reasoning? Original manuscript, the transcendental nature of the Lord, and as such, the Lord explains himself in the following verse. In the following verse, the Lord speaks about his transcendental nature, not about the demon's inability to adjust. Don't know what that means, but okay. Right, let's move on to meanings and contemporary application. So basically, no one is equal to Krishna. No one is equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Blessed Lord. Krishna has been through multiple births, many, many births. We have been through many, many births. But we cannot remember our previous births. We can't go back 1,000 lives and be like, oh yeah, I smashed a window. But Krishna can. Krishna can do all of that. He can go back through every single birth and remember all of those details. And in this way, Arjuna is speaking to... No, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna is like, you're the subduer of the enemy. You're a really good devotee, but you still can't do it. You can't do it. It doesn't matter how amazing you are. You cannot do it. Only Krishna can do it. Nobody can be equal to Krishna. The Lord is infallible, as described in the Brahma-saṁhitā, which means he never forgets himself, even though he is in material contact. He has been on the material world. He's been in contact with material people. And therefore, the Lord and the living entity, you, me, a pot, a pan, can never, ever be equal. Krishna will always be higher, better, faster, stronger. So Arjuna was occasionally forgetting the nature of the Lord. He was like, oh, Krishna's my friend. He's my bro. But Krishna in the 4th chapter is reminding him, hey, I spoke this to Vivashvan, man. Like, you know, I've been alive for some million-something years, bro. And then Arjuna's like, wow. And then in the following chapters, he explains, Arjuna asks for Krishna to explain his amazingness. So, yeah. By divine grace, a devotee can once understand the infallible condition of the Lord. So the devotee will understand this. He will be like, Krishna is great. Krishna is amazing. Nobody can be equal to him. Krishna does this, that, this, and the other thing, and we cannot do any of that. Whereas the demon and non-devotee can't understand the transcendental nature of the Lord. But a pure devotee, right? A devotee, doesn't say pure devotee. A devotee can understand the infallible condition of the Lord and be like, yo, bro, it's cool. And knockoff descriptions of the Gita cannot be... No. So, therefore, the Gita cannot be understood by demonic brains. Demonic people cannot understand the greatness of the Lord. They cannot get that, oh, the Lord is great. The Lord is amazing. A devotee has to... You have to be in the mood to, like, accept knowledge? I don't know. To understand. Be a devotee. Like, yeah. How to done in the body. Okay. Because the Lord's body and self are identical. So the Lord has himself. And then he has the material bodies that he incarnates into. But it's still the Lord. Whereas we just go along, jumping from body to body with our soul. Just wee. Just like shedding old clothes and gaining new ones. Changing bodies, changing life cycles. Yeah. And he is always better. Even when he descends to the material platform. Even when he comes to the earth and lives on the earth. He is still amazing. He does not get affected by the influence of Maya and the material world. Whereas we do. We do. Because we are parts and parcels, but we are not the supreme soul. We are not the spirit soul. So we get influenced. Yeah. The demons can't adjust themselves. They're like, hell no. And then to the transcendental of the Lord, to the transcendental nature of the Lord, as explained in the next verse. So the next verse will be explaining more of this. Hope you guys tune in for that. I'm not sure who's on class tomorrow. Let me check. Tomorrow it is śrī-bhagavān. Right. Tomorrow it is śrī-bhagavān who will be explaining that. Hope you guys enjoy that. Let's go to a contemporary application. Okay. So let's take me and a prime minister. Okay, so the prime minister has is a very powerful person. Can do a lot of things. But the Prime Minister is wait, no, that's a really bad contemporary application. What is this? I'm not sure. But Krishna. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I'm not 100% sure now. I've lost my train of thought. Take a small plant and a big tree. Now, oh my gosh, how do I even say this? They both have similarities, I'd say. Like when Krishna's in a material body, he has the same features as us. Like he has a nose, like the material body of a human. He has a nose, mouth, ears, eyes. But he's still not us. He's way better, you know. And that's the difference between a tree and a tiny plant. That is my contemporary application. I have no clue what else to do. Have fun with that. Let's go to Te Reo Māori. All right, so Te Reo Māori. Let me click. Oh, oops. Sorry. Just translating Te Reo Māori. You gonna let me? Oh no, scroll down. Oops. The Blessed Lord said, "Many, many births both you and I have passed, but I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy." The Te Reo. Oh, now I have to cross-reference this. Sorry, ChatGPT just likes to do some goofy things. Where is it? No. Paste. Alright, so it has been translated to the Supreme Lord said many generations for you have passed for you and for me. I can remember them all, but you cannot. Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It is pretty much the exact same thing. Okay. Many births, many generations, you know? Yeah. The Reo Māori translation can be Ki ana te araki wānui, he maha ngā wakati puranga kua hipa mau moku hoki. Ka taia e ahau te mahara ki a rātou katoa, engari kaore e taia e koe e te wakaiti hoariri. Word by word translation using the M- pattern. Ki said, ana indicates past tense. Te, the araki Lord Wānui, blessed, vast. He many maha, many ngā, the plural marker. Wakati puranga, birth generations, kua have passed, has, hipa, past, gone by. Mo for you, moku for me, hoki, also to, ka, can, will. What is this? It didn't give me the full thing, so now I have to reload it. Sorry, guys. Let's start from where we were. Okay, here we are. Let's start from Araki. Let's just start from the beginning. He said, ana indicates past tense there. The Araki Lord Wānui, blessed. He many maha many ngā, the plural marker. Wāno births, kua have, has. Hipa, past, gone by. More for tātou, us both. More mo for you, moku for me, hoki also, and ka, can, will, taia, can, able, e, by ahaŭ, I, me, te, the, mahara, remember, I, to, a, of, from, rātou, them, those, katoa, all, engari, but, kaore, cannot, e, does, taia, can, able, e, by, koe, you, e, o, te, the, Wakaiti, subduer, conqueror, huariri, enemy, foe. Okay. Let's make this into a poem, because a poem would be nice. Copy. Poem. Paste. Hiana te ariki te wānui e. He maha ngā wānau mau mokura. Mahara ahau I te rātou katoa, engari koe I te huariri kaureha. Let's take that, translate it into English so we can understand it. Well, I can get slight words from there. I can get translate te reo Māori. Paste. The Te Reo Māori text we've provided is in poetic form. Here's the translation to the English. The Supreme Lord says, indeed, many generations for you and for me. I remember them all, you see, but you, O enemy, surely do not. It says, but you, O enemy. Arjuna's not the enemy, but okay. Okay, we'll take that. A win's a win. All right, first let's read it in Te Reo. Then we'll read it in Sanskrit, then English, and I will sign off for the night. Ki ana te araki wānui, he maha ngā wānau kua hipa mō tātou mō moku hoki. Ka taia e ahau te mahara I a rātou katoa engari kauri e taia koe. E te wakaiti hoariri. śrī-bhagavān uvāca. Bahūni me vyatītāni janmāni tava cārjuna, tāny aham veda sarvāṇi tvam vettha parantapa. The Blessed Lord said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. I will be signing off for tonight, guys. I will see you on Thursday. Hope you guys have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I will see you next time, which is Thursday. I stated that before. Hari Param Vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Total World Victory.